Zimbabwe cash crisis worse.
Talking about Venezuela once again.
Systemic important banks. They removed the 1,000 thing on there called monetary awareness. Hey there, hope all is well. Back at you today with some more RT News updates. And as you tell from today's title, we're going to be talking about the current crisis in Argentina, whether it be skyrocketing inflation rates or the value of their currency there. The Argentinian people are experiencing some difficulties again. So today I want to share with you two articles based upon what's happening down there, with the idea of them currently having a 25% rate of inflation there. So you can imagine that the prices in the grocery stores as well as everything else is going through the roof, and the uncomfortableness with having to deal with that. So as always, if you're new to RTD, I want to encourage you to click the subscribe button along with the notification tab to be informed of future updates as well as live streams. Also join me on Twitter, where I share posts throughout the day on various subject matters dealing with our monetary system as well as whatever's happening in the news that I can't get to via video. So make sure you click the button down below to be notified when things are posted. And last but not least, RTD is on Patreon, and so I'm looking to basically get out here and share more news, get out in the streets, do more stories, but yeah, I could use your support. So if RTD has been informative to you and helped you in your educational journey, feel free to subscribe and become a member of the community officially and support RTD via a monthly donation of your choice. Other than that, let's dive into today's articles. So the very first article I want to share with you here is from the Independent, and it came out 4 days ago, but it's in regards to the interest rate hike in Argentina. So it says Argentina hikes interest rates to 40% amid inflation crisis. It says inflation in the Latin American country is currently running at 25.4%. So imagine the idea of 25.4, double-digit inflation rate, whereas in here in America, we're talking about, 2%, 3%, but imagine 25%, how uncomfortable that must feel. So to give you an idea what's going on here, it says Argentina has jacked up its interest rates to 40% in a drastic attempt to keep a lid on domestic inflation and to stabilize its currency. It says inflation in the country is currently running at 25.4%. Despite the investor-friendly economic reforms of President Mauricio Macri, it says Argentina is one of the several emerging market economies that have suffered from currency pressure in recent weeks as the US dollar has strengthened and foreign capital has been withdrawn. And so it's quoted here, it says, investors are moving out of emerging markets, frontier economies, and other risky assets, so countries like Argentina remain at a heightened risk. So here it shows a little bit of the interest rate hike over the last couple of weeks. And as of the 4th of May, here we have this 40% increase here. So it says the value of the Argentinian peso has declined from 18.6 against the greenback in January to 23 this week. So basically $1 US used to get you 18.6 pesos. As of this week, it's 23. It says President Macri succeeded the President Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner in 2015 and has been seeking to reverse her policies of protectionism and high government spending. Quoted as saying, the crisis looks set to continue unless the government steps in to reassure investors that it will take more aggressive steps to fix Argentina's economic vulnerabilities. So very next article here says Argentina may be headed for another currency crisis. It says the Argentinian peso hit a historical low against the US dollar last week. So I'll give you some information what's here. It says Argentina's reliance on the US dollar funding, coupled with the depreciation of its own currency, is sending the country into a all too familiar direction, financial turmoil. Scroll down some more. It says Argentina key interest rates hit 40% last week and foreign reserves dropped by $5 billion. So the exchange traded funds tracking Argentina's equity markets rose. More intervention as a slower and more sustainable pace, says below $300 million a day. They're basically pouring in $300 million a day from their reserves to keep this thing from blowing up completely. Scroll down some more. It says the Argentina peso has depreciated by 12.7% over the past 2 weeks and has also declined by 22.3% so far this year. It says, moreover, the peso might have room to fall lower. Quote, with the peso depreciation so far, Argentina is just catching up with the real depreciation of the Brazilian real this month. So just wanted to share with you what's happening in the news in regards to this whole situation in Argentina. It's one of those things where the cost of living is going up tremendously there. And like always, it comes back to hurt those that are saving in the Argentinian peso. So that's why it's really important to really begin thinking outside of your national currency, i.e. beginning to ensure your own purchasing power by taking out basically what could be considered as a national currency insurance policy, where the individual themselves choose to redeem some of those notes for themselves into something that's tangible and physical that will be an absorbent of all this inflation and this purchasing power. And it's typically precious metals and also the new alternative form, which can be used for some in a smaller case, which is the cryptocurrency sector. So just want to shine a little light what's happening in Argentina. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment down below. So this is an event that's just not isolated because, as I said here, the Brazilian real, then we also have what's happening in Venezuela, then we have what's happening out in the African continent as well. So there's a lot of countries that's experiencing this, and it all has to do with the strengthening of the dollar. And so the stronger the dollar gets, the more pressure places on these other domestic currencies that no one really needs other than the locals within those countries and the government to do business inside and outside the country. So other than that, hope all is well. Look forward to bringing more news updates. Thanks.
Is the next recession?
Recession will be.
Will be a recession.
We're going to hit a recession.
The date of the next recession.
A U.S.-only recession typically lasts 8 to 10 months, but a lot of things about this particular one have not been typical. So
A crash is coming. Now, whether it's 6 months from now, 12 months, 36 months, no one knows.
I go to bed every night, I dream of another recession. If you know what to do, if you have the right plan to set up, you can make a lot of money from this.